Have you ever struggled with bringing change in yourself or maybe your workplace or your community? So, here's the thing, the surprising truth about change is that self compassion works more effectively than willpower or shooting your way or force. So, today we're going to try something different and explore, practice, and play with self compassion and what that looks like. So, based on my book, Return to Mindfulness, the mantra for today is I see me. And you can create your own way of your own reminder, put sticky notes. And the purpose of doing this is that we are wired to respond to things in a certain way, so respond to change with resistance. We have something called the status quo bias, which means we prefer how things are rather than uncertainty or change, even if the change is for our better. So, to overcome that resistance, that bias, willpower can only go so far because we have limited cognitive resources and those get depleted, especially at the end of the day. When we are exhausted, we've already utilized our resources, and that's when, if we try to draw from that pool of willpower to initiate change, whether it's a good habit like starting healthy eating or a new exercise routine, or just in interpersonal relationships, you want to show up with more patience, with more presence, we're going to fail because we don't have any resources. So instead of relying on willpower and self control and shoulding and guilting our way, instead, the invitation is to um, return to yourself in the present moment with self compassion. So let's try it together. So wherever you are, you can just lower or soften your gaze, soften your focus so your attention is inwards. If you like, I like to place my hand on the heart as a way to connect with myself. And just starting with the mantra, I see me. So just taking a moment to really see yourself in this moment, to be with yourself in this moment. So sensing the warmth of your hand, maybe feeling the beating of your heart, the rising and falling of your breath. And then bringing to mind one change that you are seeking to experience. It could be starting a new exercise routine, showing up more patiently with your partner, being more present at work or with your family. So, just bringing to mind one specific situation where you felt resistance to a change you'd like to see in yourself. And even as you think about that situation, so for me, the change is exercising, as I have a resistance to doing that. And so going back to today morning, I am experiencing the weight or the resistance to exercise and feeling it in my body without any judgment. So I encourage you to notice what thoughts or emotions or how you felt in your body when there was a resistance to the change you wanted to see. And just doing that with kindness, just for a few moments, letting go of any guilt, any kind of shoulding, expectations, and just seeing yourself the way you were in that moment. And then checking in with yourself truly. What is it that your body, that your mind, that your heart needed? to feel nourished, to feel good in that situation. So without shooting yourself or judging, just listening to what were your heart's needs, what were your mind or body's needs in that situation. And then seeing if you can act on that from a place of love, from a place of connection with your intentions, seeing if that gives you a little more energy to move forward with your intentions. So, for example, for me, when I actually connected with my body and mind in the morning, I noticed that my mind was tired and did not want me to exercise. However, my body felt like, let's go. I haven't moved in a while, or I really want to move. And so the the slowing down allowed me to connect with, okay, so the mind is tired, the body wants to move. How about if I put on the music that I love, and that's generally electronic music, gets me to move, and get on my Peloton, chose an instructor, chose the music, and gave a message to the mind, it's okay, you can rest, while and just allowing the body to do its thing, whether it was slow, whether it was fast, it was just moving, it was enjoying the music. And in that moment, I could see that had I forced myself to exercise, I would have felt more heavy, the weight of judgments, of shoulds, and that would have been more exhausting. Whereas connecting with what my body needed in that moment was just to move and telling my mind, hey, you can rest. You don't need to think right now. It felt really freeing and allowed me to exercise in a joyful way and in a more sustainable way. So, as we're looking to bring change in ourselves or others, just remembering that, like connecting with your present moment experience within your heart, within your body, with your mind, really listening within, and that idea that I see me, I see my gifts, I see my passions, I see my disappointments, I see my grief, seeing all of yourself with love. And that, my friends, is the way forward for change, whether we want the change in ourselves or in our communities. It's not force, it's that deep sense of care. Because we care coming from that place, we can then connect with ourselves, we can connect with each other in order to bring the change that we want to see. Thank you for joining me, and tomorrow I will see you with a new reminder from my book, Return to Mindfulness. And let me quickly show you, because I forgot to show you. This here is the reminder for I See Me. See y'all tomorrow.